Our favourite cafe in London is doing like a collab night with a natural wine bar. So that they're opening the cafe for the evening and putting on vinos and hot dogs, and we want to check it out and support it. So we're gonna go over and do that now.
That's right up. So it's on that like side. But it does get a lot.
This is a dog. I would love this type of dog at a cinema.
At what?
A cinema.
It is so hot in this apartment, and we're just sitting here with our two little fans pointed directly at us, trying to stay cool. But with that said, because the weather is amazing, I'm gonna go for a swim this afternoon. And on that topic, I put out a little Google form into the comment section of each of my videos because I'd love to have a bit more of a dialogue with everyone, but I don't have Instagram to do those Ask Me Anythings, so it's a little bit more ad hoc, and by using a Google form via a YouTube comment. Another question was, do I miss the good weather and like the good and hot weather in Australia? And the answer is yes. And I miss the ocean, and I miss the beach, and I miss the accessibility of the beach as well, especially if you're based in Sydney like I was. And that's because on a very hot week here in London, like we've had this week, we've had quite the heat wave. It is very hard to book in to go to the local pool, the Lido that they call here. That said, this is where this all began. I've booked in to go to the pool. Let's get out of this hot, sweaty house and go for a swim in the cool, cool water. Finished up at the pool, heading home now. That swim was so lovely. I realized I haven't actually exercised this week because work's been so busy, so that was really nice. Now I'm gonna head home, shower, and then meet a friend out for a drink.
That's what the lady like she said, oh, we don't leave this area, like there's everything that you would ever need.
Totally.
So like if I could get a job, so like
I feel like I always come in, especially with these like London videos, to talk about my runs, and they're going well. I'm really proud of myself for getting into running. I'm still a somewhat slow runner, and that's okay. I feel like run clubs are very hard and fast to be like, if you run like slower than 5 minutes 30 per kilometer, then you're a slow runner. But I googled it, and the average for women is actually 7 minutes per kilometer, so I don't need that slow language bringing me down, making me feel like I'm slow. Okay, so got my shoes on, gonna go for a run. I really like how flexible running is, like with your schedule. After I wrap up my run, I'm gonna meet my friend for some brunch. He's here from Australia for 6 weeks, so it's really nice having a friend from home here, and Liam will probably meet up with us too. And yeah, that's the morning. Let's go for a run. time to do our favourite activity. We're going to walk down to Red Church Street, get a tea and a coffee and a pastry, and people watch. This is one of our favourite stores in London. It's an independently owned store and it just sells really beautiful, long-lasting products. It's too
I think we're
fun.
moving away from that's like our role that we used to have.
Yeah.
We're moving away.
So, all khaki, olivey.
Yeah. Should we get 4 or 2?
4. Got the goods. This morning, the Spin Dogs are getting together and we're going to go out to Richmond Park, which is a pretty decent ride across London town. I actually had a really good question come in from someone asking, do you have advice on getting comfortable riding on London roads? So ultimately, my advice is straight up, cycling in London is scary, so do take it seriously. Secondly is to start riding around areas that you are familiar with. So you're not like worrying about taking the wrong turn or anything like that. You kind of know the route already. Also, cycling on the cycle paths is really important. I think that's the easiest way to get around. Sometimes it will take longer, but it's going to feel safer. It's going to feel more like you're in the back streets. But honestly, I would just start out small and cycling around your local area and just trying to get like between A to B of spaces that you're already somewhat familiar with. Oh, and of course, like get really comfortable and confident with using signals. Like you're stopping, either you can put your hand up in the air like that or stopping like this. Put your hand out for when you're turning right or left. Oh, and if you're getting into like road cycling, 2 places where you can like practice cycling that are on the safer side. The most safe one would be the velodrome. So that is a pure space just for cyclists. And then Regent's Park is also another space that's really cycle friendly and lots of people do chat laps in Regent's Park. So that's another option. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled a lot and I hope that you can get on the roads because once you do start cycling around, I think the city becomes a lot smaller. It feels more manageable to get around. And also, yeah, I love the sense of freedom that comes with cycling, either if it's like using Lime bikes to just get around the city and go to your bakery, or if it is getting like your road bike out and getting in some exercise.